Greetings there, fellow combatants. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Odyssey, the Pilgrim ship. Episode 22. A field filled with friendly fodder. Okay, we'll have all of our engines, but none of them exposed to the outside once this is done. This is not like what it will be permanently. This is just a temporary setup to protect us from the incoming raids. Hey, Gens, thank you for the resub, by the way. Okay, we have a mech cluster with a psychic suppressor. Gross. What gender is that suppressing? Droner is male. There, let's just look. It is a male suppressive. So maybe Mag? Grab a uranium. I'm gonna have Mag go take that thing out because we're at a huge disadvantage if we have anyone show up. So Mag, go over there and destroy that thing for me, please. And then load 3 packets of rubble meals up on you. Okay, so Mag's headed out. Yet another person got a shoot frenzy. I'm obviously going to be in need of, like, storage. Let's see. I think what I could do is I could have temporary low-quality storage elsewhere. Am I still stone cutting? I shouldn't be. And Evan's new name is the Silent Rider. I almost feel like I want to cut off your tongue and call you Silent. But congrats. Alright, so we're making some little changes to the ship. Mag's headed over to the psychic suppressor while we just like hang out and wait for things to happen here at the home tile. Let's see. I feel like I need some more meat. Oh, maybe I should do that while Mag is taking out the suppressor. Oh, this is... well, I could do a east entry exit, I guess. Thank you for plasteel. And I'm out of here. Oh, no, don't go that way. Go through the water. There you go. All right. Herd hunting. Good luck, troopers. I assume you can handle this. If you can't, I'll be disappointed. Yep, you're fine. Nothing like having a bajillion meat tanks. I like how the mech cluster like lit itself on fire and I'm just leaving. It's like, cool, have fun, bye-bye. Alright, I did mention temporary stockpile shelves, so I'm going to do that because ship's getting ridiculous. So I'm going to put temporary... well, the thing is, I want autocannon turrets out there, so that's a bad place for them. In the throne room? I hate to do it, but I also need to do it. So we'll just stick a whole bunch in the throne room. And Mag is coming back. Alright, in terms of what's allowed on there, copy the regular shelves, paste change it to normal, and then chain link them together. So they're like, the regular stockpile is a higher priority. And Mag's back. I think some of the problem is because these guys are like temporary workers, it isn't so much that I don't have storage space, it is no one is hauling. And oh my god, are they making the throne room garbage. You know what? I just realized a leader speech with a massive amount of participants. Let's do it. Hear me, hear ye. Oh god, we're doing it in there. Okay. Standing room only, but yeah, it works for me. So in terms of Hadlow, he's still got a lot of resistance left, and then Jane has almost no resistance left, so Jane will be joining us as, I'm assuming, a Chamberlain in just a minute, but I'll have you guys decide. What role does Jane get? None, Chamberlain, or Production Specialist? So, she would need one more skill in crafting to be a production specialist, because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it requires 6. Yes, 6 crafting or 6 construction, so she hasn't cleared that hurdle, because she only has 5 crafting. But she could become a production specialist or a Chamberlain. Either or is fine. And it was an encouraging speech, so that should keep all of our guests happier. I'm surprised Ink is even keeping up with the food demands. And then I should probably stop. Well, how many more? Yeah, I'm going to stop doing meat from organics, just because there's not like a ton of stuff left to hunt. But if there's a new herd that comes in, I'll cook them up. Hey, Moxie, thank you for the resub. Always a pleasure to have you here. I am at 1218. Okay. I would like to add more turrets, but I'm going to block my engines if I add them there because of where I put the engines. So I kind of regret sticking them there. But oh well. I think I'll wait to yeah, there's no rush. Once we're not, like, stuck inside, that will be remedied. Yeah, where are you going, bird? Get out of here. Get. Don't eat my meat. Because my butchery's inside, they keep getting lured in there. Alright, what I'd like to do is wake up the mechs, or the psychic droner. So I'm sending the 3 lancers, or I guess there's 4 lancers. I'll send the 4 lancers to, like, poke at this thing, to wake them up, so that when raiders show up, they have a valid target to, like, fire at. Are you all missed? I know it's raining, but for real? It's like the side of a barn, dude. It's a giant target. Alright, and now, create a new zone. Area 1. Keeping them the hell away from that corner. And everyone is now restricted to this zone. So, we have active threats on the map tile. Meaning, if enemies show up, they have something to fight. And I would like to tidy up the grav panels and the like, so that if enemies do show up, we don't have to, like, leave our stuff behind. So, I just did high priority haul for now. And there's Jane. So here we go. Jane the Chamberlain. Or whatever Jane's new name is going to be. In a minute, 5 minutes. So, Jane, I'm going to give you this bed. Which means another one of our guests sleeps on the floor. You are a full-fledged colonist. Immediately, I'm going to do a role change for Jane. Everyone in attendance that is not of my ideology, because it gives them something to do. And she's becoming the Chamberlain. Frickin' birds, get out of here. I don't see any, like, we tidied up. I don't see any meat accessible to them anymore because we high priority hauled. So that will probably be solved pretty soon. Yara needs a meditation spot. Oh, get off my throne, Thrilphus. The psychic droner, so here's the problem, is this thing is now, like, getting kind of hostile. Hacking my brain kind of bad. So it might be one of those things like my guests just crush it. Because it's going to be a problem if I don't. We'll see. We'll see if it starts causing mental breaks. I'll have to do something about it. Oh, that looks a bit more tidy, I think. Alright, I also didn't do work priorities for her, so she can grow and plant cut. Warden. She can technically doctor, but I don't want her to, because she's not very good at it. And she can smith and tailor. At the moment, I don't really have anyone that could become a production specialist, so that's still a bit up in the air. But I don't really care who tailors and smiths at the moment, so I'll let both of them do it. The other thing I was planning on doing is strategically replacing parts of my ship section with uranium, and then painting them the appropriate color. So given that I have some downtime now, I'm going to start that project so that we have a nice, tough ship with a rugged hull. And provided that there's dyes available, so there's 51 dyes available, I will you know, I'll get that moving. Oh, right. Drugs. Meds. And I think you're all set. How much larger do I plan on making the ship? I don't have a master plan in my head. I have a general concept, but that's about it. Mysterious installation cache. Neat. The other thing is there's some, I think there's some parts of the internals of the base that are uranium that should be steel. So, let's look that up. Yeah, there's some edge pieces here that probably could be made of steel. I won't fix that right now, but eventually we'll want to. A conversion ritual? Yeah, we could potentially do a conversion ritual for Haplo. There is a lot of people that we can attend. And yeah, let's trigger it. There we go. Oh, I thought Luya was invited, but whatever. So he is at 59%. Eh, worked. Effective. 59 to 29. And Jane is Skyra. Congrats, Skyra. Alright, the other thing that we have not yet hauled, and I'm not sure why. Why is there nowhere to put buildings? There we go. So we're getting the lights now. Not sure why that was forbidden. I'm sure it's my fault, though. So we're pressing ahead with autocannon research. I'm reserving my plasteel to make those bad boys. And I'm really hoping that we have some sort of like... Ooh, horses, finally. This was supposed to be a horse habitat, and we just didn't have any. But I'm really hoping that, sometimes... Oh, God, okay. So the... Psychic droner just drove more animals mad. I don't see any mad animals. Did they lie to me? They lied to me. There really aren't any mad animals. But none of the males in the colony are having mental breakdowns. Silence may be the closest, but he's not that close. What are these guys eating? These crows. Like, they're in my colony, but I don't really know what they're consuming. So I don't know why they're here. Autocannon is now done. Alright. Without further ado. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I will move the corners here inwards so that it's not as much of a pathing blocker. And then knowing that that's going to cost a lot of steel, we can get steel from over here. Lucy crows? Lucy doesn't have any nutritional value, so it's not Lucy. But that's a good reminder to take my medicine. I should probably schedule it, but like, whatever. So, Arm and Silent are getting... Oh, yeah, I moved the beds and didn't reassign them. Are getting the steel for me so that I can afford a new turrets in the kill box. Oh, I don't have dead power. Yep. There we go. Dead power for the turrets. Also, Knights are leaving. They seem to be walking straight into the droner, so we'll see if they make it out of the map tile. They might not. Alright, so I think it's just the occasional butchery is causing them to, like, stay. I don't care. They can eat a little bit of meat. Yeah, they died. Saw that coming. I don't even think they damaged a mech. Pathetic. Aram, I want you to construct over mine, because it's going to be important to get those autocannon turrets for the 35 raiders that are showing up. So, a lot of the raiders are grenadiers, and as a result of them being grenadiers, they're most likely going to be breachers or sappers, meaning that a kill box may not even be all that useful. I suspect it won't be. Meaning that I don't believe I can take off with the Sophian Empire people here. Meaning that all of these troops, these 10 troops, are like cannon fodder that actually need to die. If I was to have to leave. Okay, that's cool. Tink Blight. I have the numbers to line up and shoot. Not against 35 troops. Not probably. Hey, stop. Just cut. There you go. Takes a lunch break while we're having a blight. Our chem tanks are a little better than they were, but not great. Oh, great. Now solar flare. Are you kidding me? Alright, birds. I've had enough of you. And now there's no fish. Kill rot. Well, this is one busy boat. We are full up. It's a little risky to do wall swapping while, like, raids are potentially coming. But I'd rather get them made of uranium now than wait. Especially now that this is the backsplash for, like, autocannon turrets. It's going to be really important. Storyteller's really being a piece of work. Yeah, it happens. Par for the course. I also need a research project, so let's go back to vitals, I think, because we were doing a hospital bed. And then I pivoted for the autocannon turrets. So now we have autocannon turrets in the front of the ship, and that should definitely help to keep enemies at bay. That's a lot of gunfire pointed down range. Get back there. You're not done. What do you do? Oh, there's nowhere to store it? Yeah, I guess I did say hunt everything small. I feel like a human smuggler coyote or something with all the people sleeping on the floor. Like I'm smuggling them in from another country. Okay, I think we need to deal with the ship now. It's not much of a choice. It's high drone levels. So the plan is to group up, low shield, and just murder smash. Keeping them as healthy as possible because they're going to help defend against the crossbow crows. So I don't want them to die so that I can feed them to the actual quest. And we're done. It was a nothing burger there. But I did wait until it hit droner high, and then I was like, yep, this is a point of no return. Let's just be done with this. Hey, while you're up... Oh! Funny enough. Yep, breachers. I called it. 100% called it. My people, be vacuum safe. Go into the ship. So we've got Doomsday, 3 Doomsdays, more triple launchers than I can even frickin' count. And they're breaching, meaning they will not respect walls or anything. Got it. I figured it was going to be a raid force of this size, so does not surprise me in the least. I'm not looking. Well, there's a quiet and a silent. Well, not anymore. I'm not really looking for any colonists off of this. Mag, let's get you back into a chain. Or a, There's Doom and Triple. Alright. I see the triples being lined up there. We did have a breach here. Someone must have thrown a frag nade. Okay, that's triple up that way. I don't want to use my honor. Oh, God. I'm probably going to save scum that. Leora got out. I saw it. But I didn't see the retargeting because I guess they ran out of targets up here. Yeah, I mean, showing up with that many, I'm sort of curious if I like how Arms is like, let me repair it. Showing up with that many is like absurd levels of triple, like, it's like, game, come on. Like, get real, this is stupid. So I'm sort of curious if I can just, like, take off, given the situation. But, yeah, like, hypothetically, I could launch, because I don't think I'm abducting anyone anymore. But I'm just gonna load, and try to play that a little bit better. Because I wasn't really micromanaging the cannon fodder, and I could have. But that level of, like, Doomsday is, as I said, pretty ridiculous. Or, specifically, I think it's for the triple launchers that was rum, because there were so many of them. Alright, back to what we were doing. Waiting for the solar flare to go away, and then I think it is time... Now that we know that the Psychic Runner is going to spike before the crossbow crows even show up, I'll just use our knowledge of the future to just deal with this now. Yeah, the level of attacks for the reward really don't match up at all. That many Grenadiers, I figured were going to be a big problem, and I was exactly right. It's like a stupid amount of enemies for the pay. If only I had Berserk. Yeah, no kidding. Just go and Berserk a few of the Doomers. Okay. So yeah, next time they show up, I'll just like micro the hell out of that fight, so as to avoid a save scum situation. But I generally don't like those fight for pay because they're almost never worth the money. We got a social fight situation. What happened there anyway? I don't even know. It's not even... Oh, yeah. Okay, she insulted him and he flew into a rage. That checks out. So, research project. Back to vitals monitors. We don't actually have a hospital here. But at some point I'm sure we'll get one. Wow, you... Was that the person that was fired on? Oh, I think it was. Never mind. was gonna say, it's pretty funny that they got an infection from a social fight. No, no, they got an infection from a social fight. Lara fights dirty. Confirmed. Alright, so the power's on, and here is the crossbow crows. So they're, Father of Luya. Again, this is like identical to the last fight. Same level of stupid. They are breachers again, because they're grenadiers, so of course they are. And, there are some things that we could do. So one thing we could do is we do have an orbital bombardment targeter, but I was going to wait for that for the second one, because the first one we have a lot of meat tanks to be able to absorb the damage. So I'm just going to try to micro this fight and play it slower. Meaning, Mag, you get charge rifle. Unfortunately, I've just gotten a social fight, so she's a little injured, but that's actually pretty good for her psi-focus casting. There's a bit of a benefit there. Breakfire, I want you to aura, and then stand behind them. Okay. Everyone that is not drafted, go inside. So the bulk of their force is here, coming up the middle. None of their dooms are in range yet. They have tons of people with, like, Molotovs, interestingly. And then you guys close in on the flanks. Silent got clipped. He was out of position. Are these the Dooms? Yeah, they're just like all back there on their own, killing visitors. That works for me. So there was random visitors that are getting absolutely massacred by the Doom level. So Duder is fleeing. It's fine. I really don't actually have to micromanage the meat tanks because of the split up of Doom and Triple versus everyone else. Because the Dooms and Triples are like back here doing their own thing. And the crossbow crows are fleeing. There is a potential for good prisoners here. So I'll look over the bodies. And then also to train medical tending, I will try to rescue everyone. But that went a little bit smoother than last time. I don't think there was anyone I actually wanted to grab. So, rescue. 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 Oh, okay. Just beat him to death. That's fine. Before anything else happens, make sure that I'm going to save, and also I'm going to call this the ship stockpile, because I want to make sure that I'm not bringing in tainted apparel. Because I'm not sure that I had made it... Nope, okay, it is correct. Same here? Yeah, okay. Because there's going to be a lot of tainted apparel here, obviously. You are fleeing, slow learner. Okay, Liara, let's kill him. He is wearing marine armor after all. So, stripped. Looking over the dead bodies, because there's a lot of weapons. What I think I'm going to do is to clear this shelf and forbid this stuff, the weapons that I have in here, but I don't necessarily want to grab all their weapons. Unless they can smelt down to something interesting. So, what I'm doing now over the raiders is any of them that have armor that smelts down to plasteel, I'll grab, but I don't think there's much of that. Oh, you are downed. Okay. You... Pyramid, you know, don't care. Yeah, I don't think there's actually a lot of potential for plasteel at the end of the day. So we still have, we had 15, we have 12, so only 3 people died. And Breakfire gets to do a lot of medical tending on the survivors. A lot of Molotovs. Oh, and here's the second raid. They are breachers. So, 1, 2, 3. All able-bodied. Go on out. And I'll probably be using Breakfire's orbital bombardment targeter on this group. So this group is got only one triple launcher, so they're not as deadly as the last one. Meat tanks out front. Problem solved. Liara, is there any of them that we want to capture? Squint. Unwaveringly Loyal. Pyromaniac. Greedy. Hey, you got the right... Oh, you're kind of old, though. But you got the right personality. Quick Sleeper. Slothful. Sanguine Asexual, but you're unwaveringly loyal. Fast Walker. Dull. Very neurotic. Jogger. Deaf. Night Owl. I like you, but you're unwaveringly loyal. Nope, not really. I would say the closest would be her, but like... She's a hard worker, but doesn't really work at anything. So there's kind of not much of a point, in my opinion. And let's make sure this relates to hostility for profit. This relates to hostility for profit. For those were the two raids that were scheduled to come in. So we have survived both of the raids. I could get one for public execution, but Liara's doesn't really need it. I mean, she witnessed 5, she killed 5. She's going to be plenty happy. It's not an issue. I don't think. Nope, nope. Oh, God. I almost captured. That would have been a problem. I was trying to tend. Because this is like medical training. Alright, so they are leaving. The meat tanks. The group that fell, that are still here are for the Toad. So this is the Toad crew. And then I might get some rep with the Empire if I rescue. I'm not 100% sure, because, like, they are... Yeah, we'll see. But they're technically being rescued, so... Time will tell if I benefit from that or not. Yeah, I think there was really only one with good armor. The rest is just junk tier. Oh, right, you got... I forgot about Silent getting shot to hell. Because he was trying to mine during the raid. I had zoned him immediately, correctly, but the raids were here and he was here, so they just, like, overtook him. And... Okay, this will be the... I'm not going to do that organics. Let's continue hunting. Because I did burn up a lot of my chem fuel. But the good news is we have 1.5 full tanks worth of chem now. I am going to put my engines back out of the kill box. They're not, it's not like necessarily a terrible spot for them, but that's just not where I envision having them long term. The other issue is that overlaps, so maybe nudge it here? So forget that one. Eventually, I have a bigger picture of where these engines are going to go. It's just going to be a minute for me to earn the extenders required to get them into the position I want them. Yeah, there's a lot fewer helpers to feed, absolutely. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Odyssey, the Pilgrim ship, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, fellow Liara faithful.